Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it today. Oh, I'm excited for this one. So today we are checking out the SSERAFIM's ANTIFRAGILE Studio CHOOM as well as Dance Practice, the fixed version. I know they dropped a moving version, but I'm probably just going to watch that in my own time. For the sake of reactions and talking about the choreo and stuff, I'm just going to do the fixed version. I'm super pumped because I've been waiting for the chance to like really go into this choreo because like I've rewatched the comeback show stage a few times and obviously the performance video and stuff, and every time I just find new things that I want to talk about for this choreography. So let's dive in. Also, just as a quick note for anyone wondering, I have reacted to both Taewon and Yoonjin's the Imogen service episodes. They are over on Patreon now. If you want to go and check those out, absolutely love them. Incredible, amazing, stunning. And yeah, I mean, my obsession with this whole comeback continues. So let's get into this. We'll go through the studio CHOOM. I probably won't go into too much detail about the choreo in this. I'll wait to do that in the dance practice. But I'm going to use this as to like start listing out the things that I want to talk about and also just enjoy the song and the performance because it's fucking amazing. Let's do it. The SSERAFIM Anti-Fragile Studio CHOOM. 3, 2, 1, go. You know, something I find absolutely amazing about this song is I love it more and more with every single listen. Ah, get it, Ante. Hey, hey. Oh, I love that part. Ah. There's just so many wonderfully satisfying moments. Ah, I get it. Stop it with the tongue. Stop it. Oh, with the spotlight and all. Oh my god, Yoonjin. Her expressions destroy me. Kura's eyes when she came into frame there. Oh my god. Miss Ma'am. Oh my god. Who pissed Kura off? Jeez. You better bite your lip. Once again, can we stop with the tongue? We can break it, baby. Rock it, twist it, lock it, baby. All I know is you can chain me, 'cause I'm gonna break out, gonna. Sorry, that expression was devastating. It's the little eyebrow raise for me. It's the little eyebrow raise for me. So this is why I'm OT5. 'Cause like, can you imagine? Oh my god, and Taewon's little smirk off to the side. Like, are you kidding me? Like, can you imagine me being like, oh yeah, no, I'm like, I was talking about this in my reaction to the Imogen service episodes, right? I was saying that like, you know, I'm very much OT5, but much like when I was OT12 with IZ*ONE, I still have my top 2, top 3, whatever. And in the SSERAFIM, my top 2 out of my OT5 situation are Yoonjin and Taewon. But can you imagine if my ass was like, yes, no, I am Yoonjin and Taewon biased. That is just how it is. No. No, I simply like could not be that in peace because the rest of them exist and they wreck my shit every single time. Look at this eyebrow. The power of a single eyebrow.
Break it, baby. Rock it, twist it,
I'm fine.
baby.
All I know is you can shame me.
Gonna break out, gonna break out, go. Break it, baby. Rock it, twist it, lock it, baby. All I know is
I love that step so much. I love that step. So owns this center at the end, man. Oh, she got down with it there. Okay. She got no business being that cute after looking that angry earlier. Jesus. Park Seo-yeon, Todd Williamson. Ooh woo. Wow. Stop it. Leave me alone. That wavy hair look on Zoa really is a moment. It is a moment. Okay, so, right. Park Seo-yeon, Todd Williamson. I have so much to talk about with this choreography. I have so much to talk about. I'm gonna get my general thoughts out of the way and then we'll go through the dance practice and I'll like talk about like individual details in the choreo because I genuinely have so much. But for general points, I have many. Hang on, where do I start? Okay, number one, the most overall general point is this is hands down, without a doubt, my favorite performance and choreography that has dropped this year. And that's fucking saying something because we have had some phenomenal choreographies this year. But the choreography is absolutely stunning. Like I said, we'll get into the details later, but it's just amazing. It is amazingly done. It's amazingly crafted. And I'll explain why in a second. But then also just the way they perform it. And this brings me on to point number 2. I think I was watching... Well, hang on, let me bring it back a bit. When I did my reaction to the comeback show stages, which got blocked here on YouTube, unfortunately, I have re-uploaded them on Patreon. I'll leave a link to that because it's a free for everyone. I'll leave a link to that in the pinned comment. When I was reacting to them, I was talking about, or I think it was during that video, I was talking about how there was just something about the way that they were performing that was just absolutely blowing my mind. Like, you look at Fearless the SSERAFIM and they were amazing. They were incredible. Debut the SSERAFIM, phenomenal right out of the gate. But in these last 5 months, they have somehow managed to evolve and upgrade themselves, and they have trained and they have worked and they have become an absolute powerhouse of a unit when it comes to performance. Individually as well, but especially together. And there was something, I was watching those comeback show stages and I was like, I can't put my finger on what it is exactly, but there is something about this that is phenomenal. Like, that doesn't even feel like a big enough word. Like, the way that they were performing was just blowing my mind. And then I was watching Paul's reaction, K-pop Prince. I was watching his reaction to the comeback show stages actually this morning, and he said something along the lines of like, I think maybe it was during the impurities stage or something, I don't know, but he said something along the lines that like they're all so in it, and that was like the moment my brain went, that's it, that's what it is. The reason why they are performing this and all of the songs so brilliantly is because they are all 1000% in the performance, invested in it, they are in it, they are connected and just giving 110% of themselves. And that's not to say that other groups and other idols don't do that, because obviously they do. Like, performing is their job. If they weren't good at it, but the way that they're doing it feels like a step above, at least for me, at least for the way that it connects to me personally. And it kind of reminds me a little bit when I was watching Queendom 2 and we saw the final performances, the finale performances. And my favorite performance from that, and remains that to this day, is Suju Sonya's. And a lot of people I know weren't crazily keen on Suju Sonya's performance because, like, compared to like the previous performances, it was a little bit more stripped back. There wasn't as much going on. But the reason it was my favorite performance from that round, from the finale round, was because of just how in it every single member was. Like, they were just so connected. They were connected to the song, they were connected to the music, they were connected to the audience that was watching, they were connected to each other, to the choreography. Like, every single piece was just working like beautiful, beautiful clockwork. And that was what made me so enraptured by that performance. And that's what's happening here. That's what's happening with LE SSERAFIM, is that they are completely in tune with everything. And that comes from obviously having phenomenal chemistry with each other, having incredible confidence in their own skills and their own ability, confidence in the music, and also from being incredibly well trained and having practiced really, really hard. And I've talked about this in other videos recently as well, and I mentioned it on my Discord too. Like, I really just want to give a shout out to all of their teachers, the choreographers, the trainers, because they've taken this already very talented group and made them just superstars. Like, it's incredible. So there's that. Now, what were my other thoughts? Because that was a long one and now I've forgotten where I was. Okay, yeah. Other general thoughts regarding the choreography itself. One of the things that really impresses me about this choreography is I feel like sometimes there's this idea that groups with smaller members, the choreographies are a little bit more, they're a little more limited in what they can do in terms of images and formations and, you know, making things look diverse and interesting and impactful and stuff like that. Not that they can't, obviously. I mean, you look at like Pixie's choreography, for example, like they're stunning. But I feel like more often than not with smaller groups, the focus isn't so much on the choreography. Whereas when you have a larger group, they tend to focus a lot more on, you know, these magnificent choreographies because they have the bodies to do it. And you'll also see with smaller groups that they'll bring in other dancers. What really impresses me about this is, one, it's just the 5 of them. In all the things that we've seen so far, the comeback show performance, the performance video, it's just them, just the 5 of them. And it does not feel, the stage doesn't feel empty in the slightest because this choreography and their presence fills it so brilliantly. And I love some of the creative choices made in this choreography. Like, there's just some amazing details, some brilliant movements that I can't remember seeing before in other K-pop choreographies, which is awesome. Really great use of formations as well, as far as I can tell. And yeah, they're just killing it. So that's all the general thoughts out the way. Now we're going to move on to this dance practice and we're going to talk about some individual moments because I got many a thing. Got Yunji, what the what are you wearing? Why would you do this to me? Anyway, we're going to get into this. I'm also going to talk about individual members at certain points because there are certain things that I want to say, especially about Taewon and Kazuha, but I'll mention things about all of them. Yeah, I've got a lot to talk about, so bear with me. This is probably going to get long. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do it this way, because I'm going to have to point things out, and it's easier for you guys to see like this. Okay. Dance practice time. Let's fucking go. It's a pretty standard... Okay, that stomp was very satisfying. It's a pretty standard beginning. Like, it's just leaning into that hook, pulling you in. It's fairly simple and straightforward, but it's dynamic enough to really just grab your attention right off the bat. Same as the song. I love the focus into Eunchae in the center as well. Oh, Unse, you better come through with that power, goddamn. The way this choreography plays with the beats as well. Like, obviously, this kind of reggaeton track is, like, the beat is everything. It is the foundation, it is the driving force, it is one of the main reasons why this song has the impact that it does. And why I love it so much is just that reggaeton beat, you know, and the way the choreography uses that to such great impact is amazing. Just like the chest pumps, the hip pops, like just those little movements to just really accentuate certain beats. Like here, hang on. Amazing. Okay, so let me start with Taewon. Let me start with my talking about Taewon. You remember when debut era and they dropped that video that was like a little interview with all of them. Like little individual interviews, you know, spread throughout the video. Very cute video, I really enjoyed it. And there was, I think it was in that video anyway, but there was one thing that Taewon was asked, which was like, what's like one thing you want people to say like about you, or like what do you want the response to you like re-debuting to be, or something like that. And her response was like, I want people to say that like I'm a born to be idol. And mother of God, if she isn't proving that time and time again, every single time she steps on a stage, like I don't know what more she would have to do to prove that, because she is 100%, like she is embodying that idea of just like born to be a performer, born to be on stage, born to be an idol. And I'm so proud of her. Her presence, like I feel like she's always been a good performer, obviously. I mean, pretty much everyone in IZ*ONE is a pretty solid, great performer. Some of them have a stronger presence than others, and obviously by dint of being a large member of groups, you sometimes have members that kind of blend in a little bit more and others that stand out a bit more. That's just how it be in bigger groups, right? And Taewon, I feel like, was one of those, especially in the beginning, where she had her moments of popping out, but it felt like the focus was very much on other members in a lot of ways. She was kind of one of those that kind of went under people's radars a little bit. And I feel like as time went on and, you know, we got to like Fiesta, and especially when we got to Panorama era and she had Michelle and like all that confidence started popping through, and we started to see shades of this Chaewon that we have now. We started to see that starting to peek through. It was like, oh, and she really started to pop, especially like the sequence performance. Oh, you remember that? You remember when sequence happened? Oh, and she just like, hello, I'm here now. And you're like, oh, okay. Maybe that's just me, because that was the era that she just went, you ult me now. And I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do. But yeah, like she kind of had this growth over the course of IZ*ONE, right, into becoming a more impactful performer. But over this past year and a half, since IZ*ONE and starting with the SSERAFIM, she has become such a monster on stage. They are all amazing in their own way. I feel like they all play a very specific role in the group, and they all have an excellent presence, if very different from each other, an excellent presence and charisma, and it's great to see. But Taewon, for a group that doesn't have an official center, Taewon is an excellent fucking center, because the way that she dominates and just completely pulls your focus in once she's in that center position is unreal. Absolutely unreal. She's honestly, I feel like with this era especially, she is very quickly becoming one of my favorite performers like across K-pop. And that's kind of a big deal for me, because being a really like a performer that can really engage me and pull me in is one of the like key things to make me want to like fully stan, right? All you have to do is look at the vast majority of my biases in various groups. Shion, Dreamcatcher, incredibly charismatic performer, just sucks you in, right? You look at, oh my god, my brain just quit. My brain just quit and I forgot everyone else that ever existed. But Doohan, Monster X, is another one. Phenomenal performer, pulls you in. So on and so forth. Go down my bias list, you will see a trend, which is incredibly charismatic performers. And it's one of the things that really pulls me in to both a group and to an individual, is how well they can engage me when they're performing. And she is just elevated herself as a performer so brilliantly, even just from Fearless to now, and it's phenomenal to watch, and I love it so much. Wow, we're 9 seconds in. This video is already 20 minutes long. Okay, it's fine. I told you this is gonna get long. Anyway. We love a strut. We love a strut. Just the energy that they all have. This is what I mean, right? They're all so in tune with each other. They are all matching each other's energy. There is not one member, not one point where you're like, oh, they could be given a little bit more, or like, oh, this member's like sticking out a little bit more because they're just giving that much more energy. Like, no, they are all on it. They're all giving 110% energy into this choreo, and I fucking love it. Can I say as well, I'm so proud of Kura. Think of where she started and where she is now. It is insane. It is insane to think of, like, this unconfident but very determined person who auditioned on Produce 48, ended up making it into IZ*ONE and did very, very well, but definitely wasn't given the chance to really I feel like her skill set has developed and grown more in these past, 5 months than they did over the entire course of IZ*ONE. That's saying something because, like, they grew a lot over the course of IZ*ONE, but just, like, Kura's potential has been unlocked to the fullest degree, and I love to see it. Like, she's just thriving, and it's wonderful. Oh, that ripple. Oh, that ripple is so satisfying. Right, so this is like the first example of like a really cool little formation switch, because obviously up until this point it's been, fairly standard. Like, we have this opening with the 2 and the 3, and then we go into this like V formation, and then we come through, we got the 3 and the 2, and it's all fairly standard. And then obviously Yunjin goes back there, and these 4 turn around, and we have her coming through them, and it's just a great little movement. And Yunjin's just breaking her whole spine. She just said, "What is a bone? I don't know what that is." I love that as well, when she drops down to the floor and they just like, go across her and reveal her like that. It's so nicely done. Yes, give me that. This is another thing that I really like about this choreo. These little reveals here and there. We see a few of them, but this little reveal to Unte is great. Hey! Oh. And the dynamics of this choreo, like, it's so punchy and energetic and intense all the way through up until this point, and then it just slows down for a second, and just in this beautiful synchronized movement where they're connected by their arms, like just this rotation with their hips, it's just amazing. It just gives such a, like I said, such a great dynamic to the choreography. I love that as well, how like pulls attention to herself as the person delivering the line while they're in this, just normal line. As the person delivering this line, she draws attention to herself with these extra movements, like the flick of her hand to the side and the flick of her foot as well on toe shoes. Like, great little details. I love it. Oh, that's another thing as well. I remember I saw somewhere something about, like, there's certain elements of the choreo, I don't know which parts, but that they had ideas for and they contributed to, which is really, really cool as well. Anyway. And I mean, could that be a more iconic move to start off the chorus? I think not. And the head. Anti-Fragile. I can't remember what video it was that I talked about the whole like masculine and the feminine energy. Was it actually in the music video reaction? Maybe. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail about that because I've already talked about it in a video here, but yeah, I love that so much about this choreo. Anti-Fragile, Anti-Fragile. It's just so powerful, man. Oh my god, even their arms. The synchronization is kind of wild. Like, you gotta wonder how many times did they drill this choreo? I mean, we know they drilled Fearless for, like, what, months in the build-up to debut, so yeah, damn, okay. Anti-Fragile, Anti-Fragile. And I mean, this is just the most iconic shit. It's such a great way to accent that part of the song. And it's so playful and fun. Okay. Once again, I like that it's not just that she's in the center, but she's off to the side and they're like playing with different areas in the stage and stuff like that, which is awesome. Obviously I love this part of the song in general. We love that. But also I love that we have this little ripple back and forth is really cool. So we have the ripple with, hang on, let me mute it first. Let me go to what, like 0.5? Sure. So we have a little ripple with the hearts and then back again across the chest. Stomp, stomp. Oh my god, they're so fucking synchronized, man. This is actually a very good way to catch these little details, man, because they move so quickly. It's so satisfying. And I love the little shoulder shimmy as well with the arms across the chest. Okay, all right, let me bring it back to normal. Hang on. I don't know what to say, I can feel it. I just, like, that's just such a fun little moment. It's kind of random. But it's really fun as she just like drops down and then like the way she like ripples back up is awesome. Oh, genuinely one of my favorite parts of the choreo. It just fucking slaps. Chaewon coming through on the side, being amazing, just giving it all, and then these guys just fucking stomping the shit out of the ground. Hey, hey, hey. And that as well, it's so smooth. Like, how do they do that so smoothly? My knees could simply never. My knees would break. Side note, I went to the gym a couple of days ago, right? And you know how like sometimes, you know, you'll ache a little bit the day after, but then like the next day, like 2 days after you've been to the gym, like the aches come in real strong. That's where I'm at today, and I'm literally wandering around my apartment like the Tin Man. I'm just like, like, we hurting. Anyway, back to the knees. Taewon, the way you look into camera is not okay. Yunjin, what are you doing? I glanced over for like a second and she was just giving it the eyes. Bruh. Hips. I think this is such a fun movement as well. Just this hip sway again, super synchronized. You got the three turned around walking back and these two coming forward. And of course, like, gotta chuck the leggy up in the air. But the lineup afterwards. Oh, it's just so smooth. It's so smooth. It's so quick. And this is one of these movements where when I was saying about how it feels kind kind of fresh. Like I feel like I haven't seen this kind of movement a lot. I think actually it starts with this, like this kind of like lineup and shuffling of the members, and then Zoa has her moment, and then that's spread out into the line. It just looks so fucking cool, and it, like I said, it's so fresh, and it just feels so. I'm not expressing my thoughts as well as I want to right now, but it's fine. I also like the fact that these two swap places, and it's so seamless you barely even notice. And even the way they hook their arms, like, again, they must have drilled the shit out of this, because, like, some faces got punched. Some faces got punched accidentally as they were drilling this. Tell it die. Hey. Anti-fragile. Get it and say. I can't get over how in sync their arms are. Look at that angle. That is solid. That is amazing. But also, I have to say, I'm very excited for Untae in the future, because, like, she's already brilliant, but I feel like there's still so much we have yet to see from her, and that's just by dint of the fact that, in comparison to the rest of the group, her experience on stage and performing is significantly less, especially, obviously looking at Taewon and Kura. But she's obviously a brilliant dancer. All of the skills are there, all of the potential is there, and I just feel like in years to come, we're going to see some amazing things from Untae, and I'm so excited for it, because she's already brilliant, and I feel like just give her a little bit more time, and she is going to pop in a way that is going to blow everyone away, and I'm very keen. Anyway. Yunjin, I just love you so much. Like, this Yunjin and the Yunjin that sang Think of Me in her Imujin service, like, are we the same people? Because, oh my god. I'm gonna get to the bit where I talk about Kazuha in a second, because I have things to say about Zoa. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile.
Break it, baby. Rock it, twist it, lock it, baby. All I know is you can chain me.
Oh, it's the express. Look at the smirk. Look at the little smirk and the look down. Like, please, like, she's another one where her growth over these last 5 months between debut and now has just been unreal. And where did I talk about this? Was it in the MV? Was it in the comeback show stages? I don't know, but I'm going to bring it up again because it bears repeating. Her journey will never not blow me away, because literally, like, what was it, in like January or something, or December? Like, that's when she started training in like a K-pop style and had to unlearn sort of all of that ballet rigidity and form and posture and all of that, and like learn how to be a K-pop idol. And she's done all of this, and now we're here and she's like this? Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Like, it's just the confidence that they all have, man. Like, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. I don't know if there's another group that performs with this level of confidence right now. I really don't think there is. Like, they just have this, like, every single member, I mean, not just like one or two, but every single member just has this aura about them of just confidence, but not cockiness, just confidence in themselves and their ability, in each other and in what they're doing, and it is so infectious. I love it so much. Anyway, so you're doing incredible, sweetie, and if this is how much you have grown already, I am terrified for the future because none of us are ready. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We are not going to survive. Oh, that was a really nice little detail. Hold up. I love the little hip pops on Twist It there. That was I like that little detail. I don't know why. They just stuck out to me. Oh, Yunjin, chill with your body roll. Ah. Oh. Oh, it's my favorite part. It's my favorite part. Wait. Hey, hey. I have never seen a step like that. And I love it so much. It's such a cool step. This side step thing with the, like... What is this? What is this? This is one of the things that blows my mind about choreographers. It's like there's certain choreographies where I watch and I'm like, oh man, like that is genius, yes, but like I understand how you came to that. I understand how you created that image, why you decided to take that direction, why you decided to create this formation. But then every so often I see a movement and I'm like, how did you think of that? Like, how did that come to mind? What inspired that? Because where did that come from? I fucking love it, but where did it come from? And this is one of those moments, this sidestep thing that they do. It's just addictive. Lock it, baby. All I know is you can. Joe needs to stop smirking at me. Okay, they all need to stop smirking at me, please. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, it's just so satisfying the way they lift their feet as well. Wait, do they take like a tiny little step together? Yeah, tiny little step, big step, big step. Amazing. That's a really cool way to highlight the note as well, because they never stop moving. Actually, that's another good point, is like, they never stop moving throughout this choreography. Like, yes, some of the movements are like smaller, like, you know, you've got like your body rolls in like your smaller movements when somebody else is in the center and whatever, but like, there's never a moment where any one of the members goes off to the side or has a pause or a break or whatever. Like, they're just always moving. There's always some kind of movement and motion happening. And a lot of the times when you want to highlight a big note in a choreography, you have that member maybe stand off to the side or something, or they just like pause for a second in formation. And I feel like that would go against the entire vibe of this choreography, which is this constant movement. And so I really like the way that they highlight Cho on here by having everyone else walk away and her face back forward. It's just really cool. And oh, Dua in the center for this final chorus is just mwah. Ah, she's so good. Oh, she did not just look me up and down. Dua, please, please, please spare me. Oh, she did. She did. She just looked us up and down and said, yeah, I know I'm killing it, and you're enjoying it, and what about it? Like, please, ma'am, please. I swear to God, Dua deciding to become an idol was like the greatest thing. Like, I'm sure she would have had a phenomenal career as a ballerina if she had decided to stick with that, or whatever it was that she decided to do. Same goes for Yunjin. If she had decided to not come back to Korea and decided to focus on school and study opera and maybe go into musical theatre or whatever it was that she was going to do, they would have been amazing. Whatever it was, any of them decided to do, they would have been amazing. But oh my God, the world feels so much brighter, and I feel so much happier knowing that they are excelling like this as idols. It is just mwah, stunning. Anyway. I love that the choreo is slightly different for the final chorus as well. Like, they just start in this power pose rather than the, you know, the lean to the side. It's just this very powerful movement that kind of goes very well coming off of the back of the note. All I know is you can change. I will never get over that side step. I love it so much. We love a hip hop. We love a little booty pop. Like, this is great. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile. That's a great moment as well. Just like Yunjin coming into center and them all around her. It's just like a dance circle and I love it. Oh, and that way they all go off to the side like that again, so satisfying to watch. Oh. Oh, look at that, and Kura straight up, and then we got to the sides. They do a lot of that, these beautiful, like, symmetrical kind of formations, and it just looks so pretty. So pretty. Also, like, Kura and her, like, tiny swole arms. I love it so much. Like, she's literally swollen tiny, and I love it so much. Anyway, and she's so cute about it. And we end on the little heart, like, I mean. Is that everything? Yeah, okay. Well, oh, I just looked at how long I've been filming. 40 minutes, wonderful. Well, you know, on brand. Like I said, I had a lot I wanted to talk about with this choreo, and I've been waiting for the dance practice and for a chance to like really dig into it. And I feel like I still didn't talk about even half the shit that I wanted to, but I got the most of it, so it's fine. I got the big things down. Needs to say, like I said, this is hands down my favorite choreo and performance of this year thus far, and it's gonna take something unreal to beat it at this point, because same for this being just my comeback of the year, I think, because yes, we're only a week in, but like we are a week in, I've had time to like sit with it, and like I said, this song, I just love it more and more every single time I listen to it. There aren't many songs that happens with, because normally when I'm really obsessed with a song, I eventually get to a point where I'm like, okay, I need a break from it for a bit now. That usually happens after like the first few days. It's like, okay, I need like a little bit of a break from it, but then I inevitably end up coming back to it, and you know, I go through like phases. This is one of the few songs that I have where I don't know if I'm gonna get sick of it. And like I said, there's very few songs that I have that with. I think Brave Girls is Deepened, which is one of my, is my favorite K-pop song of all time. Promise Nine's Love Bomb. Uja Sonya's Boogie Up. Twice is Likey. Like, I have like a select handful of songs that I just do not get bored of no matter what, and I never need to take a break of, and I will happily listen to no matter what, no matter the time of the day, no matter what mood I'm in, I will listen to them. And this, I'm fairly certain, is going to go right up along with them, and that is why it is currently sitting as my comeback of the year. Because goddamn, they did that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up and see if I can end this before I get to 45 minutes. But thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it, especially if you sat here and watched the whole thing and me waffling on. If there's any little details that I missed that you want to point out, feel free to do so in the comments. I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of overwhelmed after a while. There's just so much going on and there's so much in my brain that I couldn't. But so everyone knows, I will be doing my best to keep up with any and all variety stuff that they drop, because I love them and I want to watch all the things. I know there's a couple of things out right now. I'm just waiting for English subs to be released on them, and then I'll check them out. And yeah, that'll be all over on Patreon. I believe, obviously, Chaewon and Yeonjun were unfortunately in a very minor car crash, or car accident, I should say, the other day. So their comeback stages have been postponed, but I believe I saw that they are on the list to perform at Inkigayo on Sunday, which is awesome. That means that they are all good and all healthy and should be coming back swinging for us on Sunday, which I'm very excited for. And yeah, gonna be a good time. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here now. Damn it, I went over 45 minutes. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.